Mia was 27 years old, working as a project coordinator in Chicago, bringing home about $58,000 a year. By every measure, she was doing okay, but at the end of each month, her bank account told a different story. No emergency fund, no investments, no retirement contributions, just a cycle of earning and spending, with nothing to show for it. Sound familiar? Today we're going to follow Mia's journey and show you exactly how setting the right financial goals changed everything for her. And it can do the same for you.
Here's the hard truth. Most people don't fail at saving money because they don't earn enough. They fail because they never defined what they're saving for. Mia's problem wasn't her paycheck. It was that her only financial goal was spend less, which isn't really a goal at all. Research consistently shows that vague intentions produce vague results. When you don't know your destination, every financial decision feels optional. So before we talk about budgets or investment accounts, we need to talk about the foundation, how to actually build a goal that works. This is the framework that changed Mia's life. It's called SMART, and while you may have heard it in a work context, it is incredibly powerful for personal finance. Let's break it down. Specific means you don't say, save more money. You say, save $6,000 for an emergency fund. Measurable means you check your progress every single month. Achievable means the goal fits your real income and expenses. And time-bound means you attach a deadline, because a goal without a deadline is just a wish. Mia rewrote all of her goals using this framework, and for the first time, they felt real.
One of the biggest mistakes people make is treating all financial goals the same. Mia used to lump pay off credit card debt and retire comfortably into the same mental bucket, and that's overwhelming. Instead, think in 3 tiers. Short-term goals are 0 to 2 years out, your emergency fund, high-interest debt payoff, or saving for a vacation. Mid-term goals are 2 to 5 years, maybe a home down payment or a new car. Long-term goals are 5 years and beyond, retirement, building generational wealth, financial independence. When you separate goals by timeline, the path forward becomes much clearer.
Here's a number that stopped Mia in her tracks. According to Bankrate's annual emergency savings report, 56% of Americans cannot cover an unexpected $1,000 expense from savings. That means more than half of us are one car repair, one medical bill, or one broken appliance away from going into debt. For Mia, this stat hit close to home. She'd already put 2 unexpected car repairs on a credit card in the past year. This is exactly why building a fund is always the first short-term goal we recommend. Before investing, before anything else, get that safety net in place.
So Mia sat down and did something she'd never done before. She tracked every dollar she spent for 1 month. This is the chart that made her jaw drop. Almost 40% of her take-home pay was going to discretionary spending, dining out, subscriptions, online shopping. Meanwhile, she was putting 0 towards savings and investing. This kind of breakdown is the starting point for every good financial plan. You can't set goals if you don't know where your money is actually going. Mia used a simple budgeting app to pull this together in about an hour. You can do the same thing this weekend.
Once Mia saw her spending breakdown, she applied one of the most well-known personal finance frameworks, the 50-30-20 rule. Popularized by Senator Elizabeth Warren in her book All Your Worth, the idea is simple. 50% of your take-home pay goes to needs: rent, groceries, utilities, minimum debt payments. 30% goes to wants: dining out, subscriptions, travel. And 20% goes directly to savings and debt payoff. For Mia, this meant cutting her discretionary spending nearly in half and redirecting that money toward her emergency fund. It wasn't easy, but it was clear, and clarity is what makes goals stick.
Here's where things get exciting. Mia redirected $500 a month from discretionary spending into a high-yield savings account and a Roth IRA. Let's look at what that looks like over time, assuming an average annual return of around 7%, which is a historically reasonable estimate for a diversified portfolio, though past performance never guarantees future results. At 5 years, she's looking at roughly $35,000. At 10 years, over $86,000. At 20 years, approaching $260,000. And this is just $500 a month. The earlier you start, the more time compound interest, that's your money earning money on top of money, does the heavy lifting for you.
So let's put it all together. This is exactly the 4-step process Mia used. First, she wrote down every financial goal floating around in her head, no filter. Second, she sorted them by timeline, short, mid, and long term. Third, she applied SMART criteria to each one, giving every goal a dollar amount and a deadline. And fourth, this is the one most people skip. She automated. She set up automatic transfers to her savings account on payday, so the money moved before she could spend it. Automation removes willpower from the equation entirely. And for Mia, that was the game changer.
Before we wrap up, here's one more stat worth knowing. A study from Dominican University of California found that people who write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them compared to those who just think about them. 42%. That's not a small edge. That's the difference between a plan and a dream. Mia printed her goals and taped them to her bathroom mirror. Sounds simple, maybe even a little cheesy, but she looked at that list every single morning. It kept her focused when spending temptations showed up, which they always do. Write your goals down, today, not tomorrow.
18 months after that first budget breakdown, Mia had a fully funded $6,000 emergency fund. Her credit card balance was at zero, and she was contributing $250 a month to a Roth IRA. She didn't get a raise. She didn't win the lottery. She just built a plan, made it specific, and automated it. Here are the 4 things to take away from today's video. Use SMART goals with real deadlines. Sort your goals by timeline. Apply the 50-30-20 rule as your budgeting foundation, and automate your savings so the decision is already made. This is for educational purposes only. Your situation is unique, and a licensed financial advisor can help you tailor a plan that fits. Now, let's go build something. Everything you watch today is for educational purposes only and does not constitute personalized financial advice. Please consult a licensed financial advisor before making any financial decisions. Past performance does not guarantee future results, and all investments carry risk. U.S. Wealth Logic is here to educate,